Are you ready for a junk journal haul series? This is going to be fun. I am away from my normal environment. I'm visiting family in North Carolina. And of course, while I am here, I have to go on a treasure hunt for junk journal ephemera, right? So I'll make a series to show you the things that I'm getting while I'm here. And I'm going to try to keep each video from being too long. That's why I'm going to do this in a series. So consider this video number 1 of my North Carolina haul. And in this video, I'm going to show you some of the things that I got from a creative reuse store. It was my very first time going to a creative reuse store. I only started junk journaling about 6 months ago, so I was excited, but when I walked in, I was quickly overwhelmed. But let me show you what I got, and I'm going to do this in 2 parts. And as I share my discoveries, I'm going to also tell you why I got it, because my hope in doing these type of haul videos is that it gives you inspiration for things you can look out for in your own junk journal and maybe spark some ideas. And in this video, these are the cards that I will cover. These are what I picked up from the Creative Reuse store. So let me go through each one and tell you a little bit about them. These cards are for a card game called Let's Go Fishing, and these are not vintage, but the box certainly has been through it, but that's okay. We get creative around here, right? And here are some of the card faces. You can see them. In fact, let me do a bit of a job showing them to you. So this is what the card back looks like. All the cards have the same back. And then the card faces, as you can imagine, have characters and figures that, where the number of them corresponds to the number on the card. And here are some of the ways that I plan to use these. I organize all my ephemera by themes. So all the cards that have fish on them are going to be placed in my theme for ocean/nautical items. And if it's an animal that is related to the ocean, I do put it with the ocean category. Any other animal goes in my animal category. So all the fish cards are going to go in my ocean nautical. Well, most of them, because I also do state swaps. And so since I live in the state of Florida, things related to fishing and in the water are thematically aligned with the Florida ephemera that I will share. So some of these cards I will put in with my ephemera collection that I use for my Florida state swaps. There are cards in here that have stars. These I am going to put in my category that's related to celestial, because stars are thematically part of that category. So that's how I plan to use these cards. They're not all going to stay together. They're going to get split up into my different themes as relevant. I got a deck of cards that say love. You get one guess what I'm going to do with these. They are going in my February junk journal. Well, a few of them are. The rest I will put aside as part of my Valentine's Day ephemera. And if you do a Valentine's Day exchange with me in 2027, you just might get one of these in your envelope. Time will tell. Holler at your girl if you want to do any type of swap. Look at these Delta Airlines playing cards. And you know what is wild about this? In the past 2 weeks, I have gotten other decks of playing cards for airlines. I recently picked up a deck of cards for Pan Am, and I recently picked up a deck of cards for American Airlines. Now I've got Delta. Isn't that wild? But these cards are going to be in my transportation theme category, so that's where they will live. Y'all know I'm an Elvis fan, right? In fact, I just recently saw the epic movie Elvis Presley in Concert, which was all about his concert performances. And you know where he performed for many years and did over 11,000 shows? Las Vegas. So when I saw these cards, I had to get them, right? Y'all know I'm an Elvis fan too, because my January junk journal is Elvis Stitch. So all the cards on this look the same. And I haven't finished my January junk journal yet, so I will have an opportunity to stick a card or two in there. And the rest of them will get filed in my geography category. And I will put some of these in my Elvis themes, Elvis category theme as well, because I do have that as a special collection. This card set I got just because it looked interesting. Let's take a look at them. Some of the cards have images, so they'll get filed by their theme category. Some of the cards do not, so they'll get put into my games and activities category. And I'll just use these in random ways as I see appropriate and relevant for my junk journals, or I will include them in my junk journal ephemera kits, because these are vintage, I believe. And so this could be fun if they showed up in an ephemera pack. These are a deck of cards that are actually a game that teach about fire education. And they all have imagery that could be used in my junk journals or included in an ephemera kit. And while you may not be hot on the no pun intended, while you may not be hot on the idea that these are based on fires, they can still be relevant and used in creative ways. So I'm looking forward to figuring out how I'm going to incorporate these in my own process, but I'll be sharing these with others as well. This set of flashcards is actually multiple sets. Let me show you. One of the sets is strictly words, so I could see myself cutting these out to use in my junk journal because I am starting to cut out words. I haven't made the decision to cut up letters yet, like ransom letters, but I am cutting up words. So these may be used in that capacity, and I'll share it with others because you might be able to cut them up as well or do something interesting with these that are just words. There were a few cards in here that are colors, so I will put some of these in my school and education category, but others I'm going to put where they are thematically aligned with other topics that I collect. For example, I collect strawberry shortcake and orange blossom ephemera, so these two would be perfectly aligned with those themes. See what I'm saying? And oh my gosh, I did not even know these were in here until I started making this video. Dr. Seuss flashcards. Dr. Seuss is one of my special collection categories of interest. I will collect me some Dr. Seuss in a heartbeat. But look at this. On the other side of these cards are topics like dog, donuts, jam. So I think what I'm going to do is some of these are going to go in my Dr. Seuss group. Others are going to go into the groups that match the themes. So cake and jam are going to go into food. Fox is going to go into animals. Sit, that'll probably just go in education. So what I do is I go through and do that. Queen is going to go into history because anything related to royalty goes in my history category. So you see how that works? So I really enjoy sorting on my ephemera, figuring out what categories I can put them into. So alligator is going to go on my Florida State Swap ephemera because it's thematically aligned. This is going to be so much fun. And these cards are all affirmations. I love me a good affirmation card. We've got cats. You are most beautiful when you love yourself. This one's going in my February junk journal. I'm naturally charming. I know somebody I'm going to send that to who loves black cats. So I'm going to find fun ways to use these and share these. Affirmations are fantastic. Now this deck isn't affirmations per se, but they are pick-me-ups. 52 silly things to do when you are blue. So write your own letter, I guess. See, because we do that as junk journalers, right? So we can write our own silly thing. Oh, this is write your own silly things to do. Hey, that's a cool prompt for a journal, right? Write about your childhood food. Order in the house. Maybe do some organization. Finger paint. These can be fun to incorporate. Postcards. Cool. Some pick-me-ups. And these Louise Hay cards are stunning. I am worth loving. This is going in my February junk journal. And as I've mentioned, I put affirmations in Happy Mail, and I am going to have fun spreading the love with anyone who wants to exchange Happy Mail with me. Again, holler at your girl if you want to do Happy Mail. I love sending Happy Mail. So that's my creative reuse store haul part 1. Next is part 2. I'll show you what else I got at that store.